Hello everybody, welcome back to Learning to Play Mandolin with Chris. And well, let's see, we've talked about the pattern a lot, and last week we went over another set of keys that so you've got all the keys that you can practice in, and some songs for each key. And so now let's talk more about double stops. So make sure your mandolin is tuned up. I've already got mine tuned up, and let me get some sticky from my fingers, some Gorilla Snot, so my pick will stay in place. And your hand is nice and loose. Get all that tension out. We're going to start with a slow song. Dolly Parton, I don't know if we've done this before.
Just a few.
These are all going to be in G. So
Slipped in through.
let me start out by just going over these double stops again. So we're in G, and we know that G, that first G block on the third and fourth strings. So, and we know this this G chord. This is the bottom two notes of it. 2-2 and 2-2-1-3, and then we can play also 3-5, and if we want to stretch up, we can play 4-7 for the full G chop chord. Okay, but that is the two-finger version of the G. So we could play all four strings there. So that means that these first two notes are just open. That's a G right there, open G. So 4-0 and 3-0. Okay. So the next double stop that I'm going to show you is 4-2 and 3-0. So we don't need to cover 3 still, but we need one on 4-2. And the next one is 4-4 and still 3-0. So okay, those are both kind of like D sounding double stops. And the next one is 4-2 and 3-4. Now that is definitely a D right there. That is, if I play a D, and here I'm using the A shape where I'm using my first finger on 4-2, and then 3-4, and then 2-5 if I want to play the full shape. That's a full D chord. And I usually, you could press the one below it also and do a bar chord down there, but I usually just play 3 there and just muffle that bottom string. Okay, so that double stop, and then the next one is 4-4 and 3-5. Now that's back to basically a G again. So if we're playing this G shape, we can also play a G like that. And the next one is 4-5, and 3-2. And that's just the top part of a C. So if I use the G chop chord shape, move it up from G to C, that's the 4 chord in the key of G. So I'm just playing the top 2 notes there. Okay. The next is 4-7 and 3-5. And that, again, that's just the top of that G chop chord. It's just the top 2 strings of that top G chord, that G chop chord. 4-7-3-9. And that is just a D. Right? I mean, that's a G, back to a G right there. And 4-9-3-10, which is like a C. Then move that up 2 frets to 4-11 and 3-12. That's a D. And then back to our G chop chord again. Okay? So that is all the double stops. Well, no, I'll take that back. Okay. There's one more. 4-9 and 3-5. Okay. Now, to use a double stop, you're basically finding the melody. So you can pick out the melody as single notes, and then the double stop is just adding harmony with your melody note. And that's just a G that goes to the 4. Just did a walk up. Back to the 4.
I'm surprised they're still there. Just a few old love letters.
That's a G.
With the edges all round.
That's a C, and that's a 4. Just move up. 5. Almost always you can play the string below, the note that you're playing in the string below at the same place, like a double bar. That's the walk up I do a lot.
way back on the shelf.
That walk up is just the G, the root is the 0 0. You know, same as that right there, but I'm just covering them. And then the 4 2 3 0 and 4 4 3 0. Or if I do it here, it's 7 5 and 9 5. And then into the C right there. Now, these will all come naturally to you as you get good at the shape. You know, you can just hear where it's blending in, and kind of you'll be able to identify what the appropriate double stop at any place is, and you'll just get used to the fact that you're just kind of going between different forms of G, C, and D, really. So.
No, they don't mean nothing. I'm surprised that they're left just a few letters with their edges all brown. And an old faded picture I keep turned upside down.
Let's do that one again.
Just a few old memories.
So remember your shapes. The pattern, I mean.
Slipped in through my door. Though I thought I had closed it so tightly before, I can't understand it. Why it should bother my mind.
Nice slow song there. Let's see, we did this one last week. This is Backwoods Bluegrass. I Saw the Light. Those gospel tunes are always good. Let's see, A.J. Lee and Brothers Comatose. They've got a lot of good stuff. This is fairly slow. More in G. This is all in G today. That's just a G right there. It's the 2, 3/5, 2/5, and 1/7. That's just the part of that A shape. I'm just I don't have a finger. I don't have a string to put that finger on right there, but that's just that A shape there. There's 2 shapes I'm doing, and just variations on them. I'm just using parts of the notes on a full chord. And we've got this Gibson Brothers tune we've done several times. Also, Long Gone. G sharp chord goes to the C. D. 1, 4, 5. Just a G up there. 4, 5. So again, the 1, 4, 5. That's the 1 is the root, 4 is the fourth tone in the key. So root 1, 2, 3, 4 is a D. And 5 is a messed up there somewhere. 1 root 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4. Excuse me. 4. 4 is a C. Okay. 5 is the D. Excuse me. So yeah. If you're playing the G chop chord, if you just go up one set of strings, then you're on the 4 chord. If you move forward 2 frets, you're on the 5 chord, 4, 5. Likewise, if you're playing like here on the G, if you go down a set of strings, you're on the 5 chord. If you go back 2, you're on the 4 chord. So it's just different ways depending on what sounds best, you know. It's usually this, but sometimes you'll see me going like from here to here, which is going from the root to the 4 chord. And then I might go up to the 5 chord, or I might play the 5 chord right there instead. So root 4, 5, 1. There's just, it looks confusing because there's several different ways to play these chords, but that will just come. You know, you get that pattern down really good, and then start adding double stops and more chords. You know, you'll hear it, and you'll just know what to play. Oops. Let's see what else we pick out today. We've seen Caleb Clowder and Reed Williams before. This is he's good to watch. He's got a kind of a nice, simple, old-timey style that's I find fairly easy to follow. He's got really good tremolo, so sometimes you know you can't.
That's the kind of hoot and holler we're talking about right there.
You can't copy him more on how fast he's picking, but this is a Buck Owens song. So he's just hitting those two notes. He's just hitting the two notes in the double stop, but he's alternating. Just kind of emphasizing them more. And I guess that's it for today. So double stops and chords, you can, you know, once you start getting that pattern down pretty good, then, you know, just add more of those double stops to give it a little bit more body and interest. Those are all just built around basically two chord shapes. They're just parts of those chords. There might be some other double stops that I don't really use. I don't know. I haven't looked at it that much. I just kind of figured out on my own that you can just play any two notes as long as it sounds good, blends in with the music. It doesn't matter what it is. You just hear what you're supposed to play. And like I say, it's all based on, for me, it's what you hear the melody, and then you just hit a harmony note, just depending on what sound you want to make, what blends in the best at any particular time. There are a couple of licks that are common, and let me just show you. I did a couple of them there. If you start with the root note, the G there, and then the third tone, so, and then right below the G on the D string, or I mean on the A string on the 5th fret, and then the high G. And so you can play that also, the 2/7. You can play. That's the pentatonic, basically the pentatonic scale right there. But you hear songs, they end a lot like go down from the root note. That's typical ending, and there'll be some variation of that, but it'll be a walk down from the high root note to the low root note. There's also lots of little licks around the G shape that you can do. So this is basically the same thing. It's like I guess it's probably an arpeggio, but it's just so 1/3, 2/5, 2/2, and 3/5. Or add that extra note there. So a lot of little fills are. And that's a good practice, is just try to stay in that G chop shape, and then use your pinky so you can just find interesting ways to hit the notes in the key of G from that G position, and there's lots of little, it's where you get a lot of feels from, that little G shape and associated. The trick is that you want some efficiency in your hand. You don't want to be moving around wildly. So anytime you're playing, you're gonna, you're not going to jump too often. Although it is good practice to, try to hit that, upper block cleanly. I didn't do it there. I went to the wrong note. So, well, I guess that's it for today then. Remember, keep your hand loose, stretch out your fingers sometimes, and just have fun at it, and it will come to you. So, y'all take care, and we'll see you next week.